Hello students, today I am going to teach you about the poverty line, and in the last class I have taught you about the vulnerability, social exclusion. I have told you that social exclusion means segregation of one group of people from the other, especially those who are vulnerable, those who are poor, they are segregated from the rich class or elite class. And here the vulnerability means some people who will be in danger of becoming poor in the upcoming years. These are the vulnerability, and here the topic is given, that is poverty line. So a poverty line, that means it is an imaginary lines that determine who is crossing the line to become a poor and who is crossing the line to become a rich. So generally this line is drawn, imaginary line is drawn to identify the poor people very easily. But this poverty line sometimes going up, sometimes going down, because it is changing after some years, and it is determined by the uh, economic standard or the economic development of a country. Now I'm going to tell you about the consumption level. That means poverty line means how much your income is and how much your consumption level is. So a person is considered poor if his or her income and consumption levels falls below a given minimum level necessary to fulfill the basic needs. When you are not able to fulfill your basic needs or basic requirement, that time you are supposed to be the poor people in the society. What is necessary to satisfy basic needs is different at different times and different countries. So basic necessities, demand and requirements are different in different countries for the different people. So each country is using this imaginary line of the poverty line that is considered appropriate for its existing level of the development, and its and is accepted minimum social norms. For example, a person not having a car in the United States is considered poor, but in India having a car is considered to be luxurious thing. So these condition of this condition of economy, that means different countries standard and currency value is different. That's why their poverty line is not same for every country. Here it is also told, while determining the poverty line in India, a minimum level of food requirement is there, like clothing also, footwear, fuel, and light also. Educational and medical requirement also needed. So these physical quantities are multiplied by their prices in rupees. The present formula for the food requirement while estimating the poverty line is based on their desired calorie requirement. Calorie means food requirements, means every day you need some calorie. Like here, calorie portions are given. Food items such as cereals and pulses, vegetable milks and sugar, oil, etc. together provide this needed calories, and the calorie needs vary depending upon the age, sex, and the type of work a person does. So a labor's calorie requirement is much uh, than a normal person, because a labor is working hard throughout the day in the field, but here the common people are not doing so much. So the common people's calorie requirement is not so much in comparison of the labor people. And here uh, there is an amount of the calorie requirement is given 2400 calories per person per day in rural areas, means in village areas, and 2100 calorie per person per day it is in urban areas are given. So in urban means city life, because you know very well that village people are working hard, that's why calorie requirement is 2400, but 2100 is for the city people because they are not working so much hard. In this way, calorie requirements are just varying from people to people and from city to village. In this way, on the other basis, these calculations for the year 2011 and 12, the poverty line for the person has fixed rupees 816 per month, and this is the person fixed. The poverty line for a person was fixed at rupees 816 per month for rural areas and 1000 rupees for urban areas. This is 2011-12. Despite the calorie requirement, higher amount of the urban areas has been fixed because of the high prices of many essential products. A family of the 5 members living in rural areas and earning less than 4080 per month will be below poverty line. So this is the main. This question will be asked: how much amount is earning a BPL level people having the five family members living in the rural areas? Then you have to tell 4080 per month, and a smaller family in urban areas would need minimum, means a family is living in the city and earning less than 5000 per month to meet the basic requirements. These are also poor. So poverty line is estimated periodically. Poverty line is calculated periodically, means time to time, and those who are making survey to decide the poverty line, this organization name is the National Survey Sample Survey Organization, NASO. So here poverty estimate here is given. Poverty estimates, it is clear from the table. So 3.1, in the last page you have seen, there is a substantial decline in the poverty and ratios, and you have seen that India, there is a decline of the poverty in India from 45% 1993-4 to 37.2. So decline obviously happened from 45 to 37 in 2004-5, and the proportion of the people below poverty line further came down about to about 22% in 2011-12. In this way, you can see the poverty line is poverty is gradually declining day by day. So it is told that decline from 407 million in 2004-5 to 270 million in 2011-12, with an average annual decline of 2.2 percent points during 4-5 to 2011-12. This table you can see 93 to 2011-12 given data. You can see here from 507 to 26 how much reduce, and here urban areas, in the urban areas to 32 to 14, total 45 to 22. This is the decline. That means good development of the economy. Here the question topic is given: vulnerable groups, means which group of people are most endangered in the society. So here you can see the clear bar graph of this scheduled tribe, scheduled caste, and average Indian poverty ratio is given. Casual farm laborers and casual labor non-farm activity people here given. So these people are endangered and vulnerable groups like scheduled tribe, scheduled caste, casual farm laborers in the village areas, and casual labor in the city. These four type of people are endangered for our vulnerable groups. So here scheduled caste, here you can see the graph. That means previous record 43, 29. This is the record is given. The graph here the graph here shows the percentage of the poor people in all the groups, although the average of the poor below the poverty line for all the groups in India is 22, 43, out of 100 people belonging to scheduled tribes are not able to meet their basic needs. Similarly, 34% of the casual workers in urban areas are below the poverty line. About 34% of the casual labor farm in and 29% of the scheduled caste are also poor. So the double disadvantage of being the landless casual wage labor household in society disadvantaged social groups. Here, if the questions asked, apart from this, what is the scenario right now in the poor families? In the poor families, all people are not behaved properly because if some girl childs are there, they will not be taken to the school for extra burden for them. And there is a problem for if somebody is having a sister just getting to be married, but he will not get arrangement for the proper bridegroom because of the lack of money. And if the elderly people are there in the household, they would be feel difficult for maintaining of them. In this way, poor families are suffering also. And you will read about the story of Sivaraman, and this case study will help you a lot to know more about this chapter. Now I will just speak about the interstate disparities. And the poverty in India has also another aspects or dimensions. The promotion of the poor people is not the same in every state, although the state level poverty has witnessed a secular decline of the levels of the early 70s. The success rate of the reducing poverty varies from state to state. So every state does not have the same or equal proportion portion of the poverty or poor people. Recent estimates show that All India head count ratio, that is ACR, was 21.9% in 2011-12. States like Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and Odisha. So ACR that is given 21.9. But in which states? It is in the Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and Odisha. And here, as the graph 3.2 shows, the Bihar and Odisha continue to be the two poorest states. Of the ratio is the 33.7% and 32.6. So, which two states of India are the poorest? Bihar and Odisha. What is the ratio? 33.7, 32.6. And along with the rural poverty, urban poverty is also high in Odisha. In the city of Odisha, also very poor, like Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, and Uttar Pradesh cities are also poor. In comparison, there has been a significant decline in poverty in Kerala. But which states are improved a lot for reducing poverty, like Kerala, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, and West Bengal? States like Punjab and Haryana have traditionally succeeded in reducing poverty with the help of high agricultural growth rates. So Kerala has focused more on the human resource development. In West Bengal, land reform measures have helped in reducing poverty. So what in West Bengal helped to reduce poverty? Land reform measures. And Kerala has focused more on human resource development. This you have to tell. In Andhra Pradesh, what happened? In Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, public distribution systems are good. That's why poor got lot of opportunity. Poor people got lot of opportunity to improve themselves. Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and this way West Bengal also land reform measures. Now here the global poverty scenario has given. Here the proportion of the people in the different countries living the extreme economic poverty defined by the World Bank as the living less than 1.90 per day dollar per day. That means near about 150 rupees per day. That is the very meager amount to income every day. That is poor people has fallen down 36% in 1990 to 10% in 2015. You can see poverty declined substantially in China and southeastern Asian countries as a result of the rapid economic growth and massive investment in the human resource development. So number of poor in China has come down from 88.3% in 1981 to 14.7% in 2008 to 0.7% in 2015. In this way, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, and Bhutan in the countries of South Asia, the decline has also been recorded. So, some Asian countries also recorded some tremendous growth or development for the poverty line, and here 34% in 2005 to 16.2% in 2013. So here different poverty line, because of different poverty line definition, poverty in India is also shown higher than the national estimates. So in the different states it is different, so a proper estimate is not coming. So sub-Saharan Africa poverty is in fact declined from 51% in 2005 to 41%, means 10% reduction in 2015. In Latin America, the ratio of poverty has also declined from 10% in 2005 to 4% 2015. Poverty has also resurfaced in some of the former socialist countries like Russia, where officially it was non-existent earlier. So in this way, the global poverty scenario has been given. The new sustainable development goals of the United Nations process ending poverty of all types. So United Nations is looking forward to end up all poverty by 2030. Here different bar graphs and line graphs given to show the global poverty in this way. Now I will discuss about the causes of poverty. This is very much interesting to know about which causes are there. I already discussed about this in the first video of mine. The causes of the poverty. There are various causes. Number of causes for the widespread poverty in India. One is the historical reason of the low level of economic development under the British colonial administration. So British people were a lot responsible for our economic breakdown. The policies of the colonial government ruined traditional handicrafts. Actually, they destroyed our market. They destroyed our handicraft and discouraged our development industries like textile industries. The low rate of the growth persisted until 1980s. So in this way, the resulted less job opportunities, low growth rate of incomes. This was accompanied by the high growth rate of the population, two combined to make the growth rate of the per capita income very low. In this way, the failure of both the fronts Promotion of the economic growth and population control perpetuated the cycle of poverty. In this way, people could not control the population, people could not develop the economy. In this way, the people become jobless, people become moneyless, and economy was breakdown. So these are reasons that caused the poverty in India. So you have to read this paragraph very minutely so that you could understand all the examples given here. Here some socio cultural and economic factors also told about for response about the poverty causes of poverty. These are: in order to fulfill the social obligations and observe religious ceremonies, people in India, including the very poor, spend a lot of money. uh, and small farmers need money to buy agriculture inputs like seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, etc. Since poor people hardly have any savings, they borrow from other people and unable to repay because of the poverty. They become the victims of indebtedness. Means they just drown in the debt. So the high level of the indebtedness is both cause and effect of the poverty. So people, those poor people who are taking money from others, they cannot repay. And one day one day comes when they become totally in the deep of the debt because they could not repay the money. So this is the reason for the poverty in India. And last the point that is very important point for all of you, here you can see there are 2 points are given. The government of India has done two things like promotion of economic growth and targeted anti-poverty programs. If question is asked, what do you know about anti-poverty measures, then you have to tell there are two programs like promotion of the economic growth and targeted anti-poverty programs. What is told about the point one, promotion of the economic growth, means over the period of the 30 years lasting up to the early 80s, there was a little per capita income and the growth not much. So from 1950s to 1980, the economic growth rate was very less, about 45% in the early 1950s, remained the same even the early 80s. Since 1980s, India's economic growth has been one of the fastest in the world. But after 1980s, our economic development was very rapid. The growth rate jumped from 3.5% a year in 1970 to 6% in 1980s. So here you can see double development was done from 1970 to 1990. The higher growth rates have helped significantly in the reduction of the poverty, and therefore it is becoming clear there is a strong link between the economic growth and poverty reduction. If economy is growing, poverty is reducing. So one is going up, one is going down. Economic growth widens opportunities and provides the resources needed to invest in human development. This is also encourages people. So here it is told to send the children, including the child, to the school in the hope of getting better economic returns from investing in education. However, the poor may, the poor may not be able to take direct advantage from the opportunities created by the economic growth. So some people could not take the proper opportunity of the economic growth, but somehow we have to take the opportunity anyhow. Now I will discuss about second program, targeted anti-poverty program. Which are the targeted anti-poverty programs like MGNREGA, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005. It was implemented in the year 2005 in order to provide 100 days work to the rural people. The scheme provided employment to 220 crore person days of employment and 4.78 crore households. So who will take the opportunity? People like SC, ST, women person days in the scheme are 23% and 17% and 53% respectively. So SC given 17, sorry, SC given 23%, ST given 17%, and women are given 53% respectively. The average wage was increased from 65 in 2006-7 to 132. Wage means salary. So if you are working 100 days work per day, you will get 132 rupees. That was recently done. But this rate chart was salary or wage chart is different in different states, like 280 rupees per day for women workers in Haryana and 160 rupees per day for the workers in Bihar and Jharkhand. Next program is PMRY, Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana. It was implemented in 1993. This program is to create self-employment opportunities for the educated employment youth in rural areas and small towns. Next program is REGP, Rural Employment Generation Program. It was implemented 1995. The aim of this program is to create self employment opportunities in rural areas and small towns. Next program, SGSY, Swarna Jayanti Gram Sarojgar Yojana, was launched in 1999, and the program aims at bringing the assisted poor families above the poverty line. Those who are poor, they should get help by this group, and poverty organizing them into self-help groups through the mix of bank credit and government subsidy will be provided. Next is Pradhan Mantri Gramoday Yojana, that was launched in 2000, year 2000. Additional centers assistance is given in the states for basic services such as primary health, primary education, rural shelters, rural drinking water, rural electrification, means all facilities will be given to the village. Last is given AAY and Antodaya Anna Yojana, that is scheme in which people will be given food crops or food grains in a very little amount of money. So different challenges are ahead of us for facing this poverty. Like these problems are our challenges, and these problems, if these problems can be evaded, then we can develop our economy fully. Like poverty is a very big challenge for all of us, to get job for all of us, and getting the minimum subsistence level, or developing the salary, increment of the salary, and better opportunity, better schooling. All these facilities are the challenges of all of us, and for the government also, to uplift the economy and development of the country. So this was all for this chapter, and I hope you could understand, read the NCERT book very well, so that you could get all the answers properly. This is the end of this chapter. Thank you to all.